Hi, this is Sushant from Parwarish, and today I wanted to talk to you about ADHD and other learning disabilities. There is a lot of hue and cry and anxiety with parents, teachers, and children on the incidences of ADHD and learning disorders which are being reported these days. Just to give you a number, 11.3% children in India are reportedly suffering from ADHD. And if you add to it the incidences of other learning disabilities, I think the number will double. What we are saying at Parwarish that ADHD and other learning disabilities really do not exist. And how and why are we making this claim is that every child and every human being has a very different learning styles. There are children and people who learn visually, there are children people who learn through auditory means, through reading and writing, and through kinesthetic. And what I mean by kinesthetic is like they need to perform something, they need to do, act before they start learning. So what is happening is that in any class or in any learning environment, you will get 25 to 30% of each type of learners. And if you really look at what are they getting exposed to, they're getting exposed to only one or two types of learnings. And if you really look at our schools, mostly children are being exposed to learning through reading, writing, and auditory means. Now imagine a child who has kinesthetic learning style or an auditory learning style or a visual learning styles. They will really not understand what is happening in the school. This learning style is not matching in what they need an input for. And after a while, they start feeling different. They start feeling bored. They start feeling left out. And they can't understand what the teacher is teaching. And when we start measuring these children after a couple of years of that difficulty or disability, we basically say that yes, there is a gap. Now that gap which comes out after 3-4 years in their learning is termed as a learning difficulty or a learning disability, but actually it's just a break. So the idea is these children who are getting labeled as ADHD or dyslexia or dysgraphia, dyscalculia over this period, we need to get these labels off and see where the actual breakage happened and support the child in bridging that gap. And once that gap is bridged based on what his specific learning ability or learning style is, all these children will show up with tremendous improvement and tremendous results. So let me give you a very simple logic and a simple reality check which you can actually do at home with your own child. Now, this child who is supposedly ADHD, observe the same child when he's watching TV, when he's playing his favorite game, when he's playing his video games. This child is full of concentration. Now think about it. You're saying he's attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. During these times, his attention, his concentration is very high and there is no hyperactivity in there. So what is missing? Is it ADHD, which is a disorder, or is it something which is not engaging him? Give him something else which is not engaging, he will show you that he doesn't have concentration or is very hyperactive. So the issue is not about the child, it's not a disorder in the child, it's about the activity which is not engaging enough. And if we make his studies, his education, his learning engaging enough, this kid will not show up as ADHD. Go try it out and you will find experts who will say ADHDs can do this. It's perfectly fine because that's engaging and the ADHD do not study well. Now that's a farce which I really want to challenge people. If it's a disorder, it has to be a disorder shown in both the sets. Not that there's a disorder only when he's disengaged. So what I just shared with you is not just philosophy. We've worked with children with ADHD and other learning disabilities. And these children, when they first came to us, they had certificates from recognized institutes who could actually make an assessment and give them that certificate of their disability, which the CBSE and NCRTs actually value and can take them off their mathematics, science and other subjects. We got those children, we worked with them from a period of 3 to 6 months, and these kids themselves actually literally tore their certificates apart, that the children who were not supposed to be doing mathematics or had ADHD actually could come out of their labels and really experience life as any other normal kid. So feel free to comment on this video and get in touch with us at the numbers or the email ID given in this video. Thanks, and thanks for spreading it out.